Hello, everybody. This is Sean. The last video that I made, I believe I was in Richmond, Virginia. I'm currently in Richmond, Kentucky. I'm at home. There's some stuff going on with my truck. I'm going to touch base on that just a little bit. But the last video, I said I was going to touch bases on what to expect on your trainer truck. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into that. So once you get assigned your trainer, my trainer's name was Tim. I'm not going to say his last name, but he's a cool guy. Um, your trainer is probably going to pick you up at whatever terminal that you're testing out of, or whatever terminal you did orientation from. So from there, you'll jump on the trainer truck. In my circumstance, my trainer Tim, um, I started driving immediately. It's different for every trainer. Some trainers want to see how well you navigate the truck and things of that nature. I've got a little bit of experience, about a year of experience. So my trainer trusted me and we took off. Now, I had to do a 240-hour training situation with Tim. Um, I'm going to tell you, no matter who you are, no matter what personality you have, by the time you're done with your 240 hours, you are ready to just be, if you're going solo, you're ready to be solo at that point. Like you're gonna feel like you're ready, you know, the second or third week. I was on my trainer truck for 4 weeks. Um, in my case, it wasn't the fact that I didn't know how to drive or back up. I did well at all that. It was just the fact that there's a little bit of a logistical issue with Western Express and communication and things like that I'm starting to see now. Um, I'll recommend that, to touch base backward just a little bit on when I was speaking about coming to orientation, pack as light as possible because you're going to be in a confined space with another person. Um, I brought 2 bags, um, enough clothes for 2 weeks. In my situation, my trainer, he lived close to me, so when I say close, I mean within 5 miles. He would, he would take his home time 5 miles, 5 or 10 miles, give or take, away from where I actually live. That may not be the case for you. I do know that in the event that your trainer goes home and you're not anywhere close to home, they will get you a hotel room. I don't know anything about the hotel rooms. That wasn't my experience, so I'd rather not speak on something that I did not experience myself. Um, the trainer is going to basically show you the general ropes. They're going to show you how to run the Qualcomm. They're going to show you how to manage your time so that way you can run on recaps. That's a good thing. They're going to show you how to not high hook trailers if you're not used to hooking to 53-foot enclosed. They're going to show you basically everything that they know within a 4-week time frame. So, or 4 week, or whatever, mine was 4 weeks, whatever your hours are. They're going to try to cram all the knowledge that they possibly can. And I'm speaking based off my experience with my trainer, Tim. Um, they're going to try to cram as much of that knowledge that they have in their head into you within the short amount of time that you're there. It would be very wise of you to listen to your trainer. You got to understand that at the end of the day, you're on that individual's truck. Like, that's that individual's truck. So if the trainer says do something a specific way, then just go ahead and do it. I mean, not saying be a pushover if they're trying to get you to do something that you know is illegal or something that, is going to jeopardize your license. Don't do that. But if they're telling you, like, for example, with me and Tim, he wanted the doors on the truck shut whenever you would get out and fuel. The previous company I worked at, I had a habit of just jumping out of the truck, leaving the door open, putting the fueling hoses in the tanks, and then jumping back in the truck. Um, it's like little nitpicky things that you're gonna have to deal with. Not a big deal. Me and Tim overcame the little things, the little spats that, it wasn't even spats, the little differences between how I would run my truck and how he runs his truck. While you're over the road with your trainer, it would be wise to either ask your trainer um, about how to get a cash advance if you're short on money, or set money out of your training checks so you can have food over the road. With my trainer, um, he had a refrigerator in his truck. I never kept food because I would just go in the truck stop, grab something, and be ready to go. Um, but if your trainer has a refrigerator, by all means, ask that trainer if you could have a little bit of space in the refrigerator or whatever, so that you can keep food if you are short on money. If you don't have any money, you can request a cash advance. There's a cash advance macro on the Qualcomm. It's going to ask you how much you want, and then it's going to ask you your driver code, and then it's going to say like extra comments or something. Um, I would say, just to make sure that you don't have to pay any extra fees or whatever, if you're going to get a cash advance while you're on your training truck, go ahead and do it while you're fueling, and just remember what pump you're on. It will probably be easier also for you to be the one that's fueling, so that way it goes to your EFS card and not your trainer's. So if you're going to ask for a cash advance, just check and see. Every trainer is different about how they want the fueling to go. My trainer, I fueled for the first 600 gallons, and then he took over. And then whenever we came back from Christmas break home time, which was 4 days, um, he let me start fueling again. So then I had 1,000 gallons to get shower power pilot. Um, Basically, you're just gonna have to. It's gonna be like a give or take situation. You're gonna have to see what works between you and that trainer. I can't tell you what worked between me and Tim because me and Tim got along. That might not be the case for you and your trainer. I will say this: if you ever feel like that your trainer's doing something that you don't feel comfortable with, you don't have to stay with that trainer. You can contact somebody at Western Express and move around. Like, if they're doing something that you know is illegal, move around. I'm not one of those people that get on here and say, oh, well, you have to do this or do that or do this or do that. No, at the end of the day, all of us are human. All of us have needs. All of us have different personalities. All of us think different, talk different, whatever the case. All of us have different ideas of when you should or should not take a shower. So if you feel that you're uncomfortable with a specific trainer, if you're not getting through to the trainer trying to explain it rationally, then go over their head, speak to the fleet manager. If that doesn't work, just call somebody at Western and say, hey, this isn't working. I need another trainer. You're probably going to have to sit for a couple days until they get you another trainer. Or you can get another trainer immediately. It all depends on the circumstance. I can't speak on that. I didn't go through that. As far as the showers are concerned, with me and my trainer, we would try and take showers every other day. That got kind of difficult because they had us what seemed to be on like a dedicated FedEx thing. And if you ever pull FedEx freight for Western Express, whether you're a team, if you're a team or whatever, I highly doubt that they'll have you pull the FedEx load solo because their delivery times are ignorant. Um, if you ever pull a FedEx load and you're a team, they want you to run, like, you floor it all the way out. They want you to go. Generally speaking, because you'll pick up a load, just off the top of my head, you'll pick up a load in the morning, let's say 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You'll get there, they'll say the work order or say that the load is a drop-in hook. Like, you'll go pick up a trailer, the trailer's not even loaded. So you're sitting there, it'll burn your clock out. Then you go to get your paperwork to leave FedEx, and they're like, oh, are you going to make it to Connecticut? And you're in Kentucky. And they're like, are you going to make it to Connecticut by tonight at 1 a.m.? If you're solo, there's no way that's going to happen. If you're a team, you're pushing it to make that happen. So just keep those things in mind. There are some loads on Western Express on Western Express's load board that are what they would consider high priority, don't stop, don't go to the bathroom, don't eat type of loads. And they'll say that on the loads. Um, you just have to manage time really well. And if it come and we had a couple of those high value loads where we were on a tight schedule, so we had to go, instead of showering every other day, it was every uh, 2 days or whatever the case. The trainers, from what I understand, based on my experience, this is all based off of my experience. The trainers can only get you to a truck stop and into a shower as much as time will allow. You got to think also, these men and women who are, on the training fleet, um, they are human. So this is their livelihood. A lot of people are, you're going to get on there and you're going to feel like that trainer's running you like a scalded dog, and you're making, training pay while they're making X amount of something. That's not always the case. The trainers, the way that it was explained to me by my trainer, he was very transparent when it came to what the trainers make. From what I understand, the trainers make a set 32 cents a mile, nothing over that. That could have been a lie. I don't know. I didn't see the man's paychecks. But if they're only making 32 cents a mile, and with two people on the truck, me and my trainer were running 4,200 miles, I mean, you do the math. He's not making that much off of you. So just do your time on the trainer truck and push on. Carry on. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Um, once it came close to the end of me getting off of the trainer truck, um, Tim was, conversating back and forth with the training department, trying to figure out how many hours I would actually need to get off. We found out that I got off the trainer truck with like 200 and, I want to say like 218, 220, something like that, hours on the trainer truck. That's like my driven hours or my on duty hours. The on duty hours don't count. It's the driving hours. So it was like 220 of my driving hours. Um, we found that out. They said, "Hey, can you pick up this truck from South Carolina? This is going to be." At first they were saying, "This is the truck that you're going to be driving." Blah 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 blah. We got to the truck. The truck was atrocious. I'll drop some pictures here. So you can see the type of truck that they were trying to give me. We ended up, relaying this information back to Western Express. They were very understanding. They had me drive the truck. I did have to drive the truck. They had me drive the truck to the nearest terminal, which was the Richmond, Virginia terminal, where I got my truck, which is 291.97. Currently, my truck 291.97 is out of action, so to speak. I'm going to make another video, probably post it the same time this video posts. And I'm going to go over that whole situation with my truck 291.97. I don't think I have any pictures or anything. It's not like the truck got in an accident or anything. It was, I'll go over it in the next video. But it was, again, I'll speak to you all later. Just giving you a little update. And again, I'm probably going to drop another video directly after this one or at the same time as this one. So it's going to be like a part 1, part 2 situation, just so you're not sitting here listening to me babble for an hour or so. I'm going to try to cut it up into two 15-minute videos. But like I said, have a good night. Be safe if you're a driver. If you're coming to Western Express, you can tell them my driver code. It's CARCR50. I think there's like a referral thing. If you want to use me as a referral, that's fine. If not, if you have any questions, leave a comment down in the comment box down below. I try to answer all the comments. I'm kind of new to this whole YouTube thing, so bear with me. Have a good one. I'll talk to you all later.